So right now, Node-RED is pushing data into TimescaleDB that is running on Tiger Cloud. We are publishing simulated sensor data over MQTT every 3 seconds. And this PostgreSQL node is inserting the data into TimescaleDB. And we can also use pgAdmin to fetch the latest values in this table. Hello everyone, I'm Hariharnath and welcome to IoT Frontier. Today, we'll be looking into how to connect Node-RED to TimescaleDB in an easy and simple way. This is the workflow we are going to use today. So here, this is the sender block and this is the receiver block. In the sender block, we'll be having something called MQTT data simulator. So we'll be using this simulator to send the values every 5 seconds, and that value will be sent to the MQTT out. So in this topic. And then we have in the receiver MQTT in, which will be subscribing to this topic, and then it will be sending to the TimescaleDB running on top of PostgreSQL. So for this we need Node-RED. So if you don't have it installed, you can follow my previous video to get that from the top right corner or in the description, where I have explained all the steps on downloading and installing Node-RED. So first thing you need to do is open this hamburger menu and go to manage palette. So inside that, go to install. So this is the full name of the package. You can install it from here. So after that, you will also be able to see from here the Postgres. So this is available here. I'll start from scratch by showing you what are the things that we need to do. So first, we drag and drop the inject node, then the function node, connect them, and after that, we'll use MQTT and MQTT out here, connect them. In the timestamp, I'll just leave it as it is, and in the function app I need to provide a logic. So this is the basic JavaScript logic to send the random value from 20 to 30 degrees of Celsius, the temperature that I'm using with math.random values. So it will send with two parameters, that is source as MQTT simulator, temperature as a random value which is ranging from 20 to 30 range. Send payload or MQTT simulator. So I'll use this, and in the MQTT you need to first add a server. So you can use localhost MQTT broker which is on your system, or you can use something which is available on the web such as test.mosquito.org from Eclipse. So I'm using my local version, so you can download from this Mosquito broker and install. So if you want to check out my previous video for this as well, and you can see all the steps from the top right corner. So once you have that MQTT broker running, you can just select this, add it. So you can use localhost. So I've just typed localhost and you can see. So this is my configuration for localhost. The same thing you can use for cloud hosted values. So just update it and you can see server is updated. The topic you need to mention. So I'm using the topic IoT Frontier demo sensor and QoS as 1, and retain I can keep it as false. Then click on done. So now this sender block is done. So I'll just make it as a group so that I can name it as sender. So next thing, we can just deploy this and try it out. So first I'll try to open MQTT Explorer and set up the local broker. So I'll use plus connection to create this local broker. This is my IP address of my laptop. Go to advanced. You can add the topic from here and click on add. So you can see my topic. Go to back and click on connect. So now what we can do is I'll just make it side by side. So now I'm trying to send a value. So immediately you can see a value that has come. So then we'll also add a debug node so that we want to read something. We can read from here. Now if I'm trying to send something, so we can see 25.1 and 25.1 is also shown here. So this means MQTT is working. It is trying to send the value. So after that, what we can do is we can create a receiver. To receive messages, we need to first drag and drop MQTT in. And then we need to convert it into a format which will be accepted by PostgreSQL node. So that's why we use function, then PostgreSQL, and we can connect them, and we'll connect a debug at the end as well to see the values. So inside this MQTT, I just have to select the local host. You can select your previous cloud version as well if you have, and the topic will be same. and QS as 1, and the output should be parse JSON object. So this you have to select and click on done. So inside the function app, whatever we get in message.payload, we are trying to send them into message.params. That is the format it will be used by our PostgreSQL. So inside this message.params, we are putting two values, that is ev.source and ev.temperature that we got here, right? So now this is divided and put into message. Next, inside PostgreSQL, we will use the query. So inside this query, we have to just use insert query. So this insert query will be like insert into a table name. So this table we haven't created, so we'll create now. And inside that we are inserting time, source and temperature. We can see time is now and the source and temperature will be from this $1 and $2. So now you have to select the server. So if you have local Postgres and TimescaleDB, you can use that, or you can just click on plus. So here you need to provide the host, port, everything. So as I mentioned, I'm using Tiger Cloud. So I'll go to Tiger Cloud. So Tiger Cloud is providing $1,000 in credit, and this is valid for 30 days and there is no need of any credit card required. So if you have a new account that you didn't ever use for Tiger Cloud, you can use that. So I'll just log in. So you can see I have $995, 22 days left. So I have created a previous video on how to create this free TimescaleDB from Tiger Cloud. So you can follow that as well to find the steps. So now when you open your page, you will be greeted with something like this. So where you will be having to create one service. So that service has to be defined by compute and the region. So I'll be using one CPU, and you can use AWS or Azure, and I'll be using the least one, that is US East, for testing purpose. Continue. And I'm going to use development. So I'll just keep it everything default and continue. So I'll just name it as this and click on next. So now you need to just download this configuration. So there will be one text document that will be coming. So you need to keep that safe because it has all the passwords. So you can also go back to overview page and find more details of connection info from here as well. So I can just go to this page and find what are the details needed. So I'll fill all of these from here. So we can keep this SSL as true and go to security and provide username and password. You can find both from your text file that you downloaded, and I can just name it as Tiger Cloud and add it. So I'll just make it as TimescaleDB and done. So now I can simply deploy. So if I try to just publish one data, we should be seeing something, and right now it is showing error. This error is because we don't have this table ready. So we just have created the database, but we haven't created the table and the other things that we want to set up. So first I can simply open pgAdmin, and you can also download this. Under this server, you can just register a server and give something as Tiger data and go to this connection and provide all the details that we have seen already. And you can mention to save the password so that you don't have to type it always, and click on save. So if it is successful, which means that your database creation is successful, and also you will be able to connect to that database. So you can see this TSDB is available. So you can right click on this and open PSQL tool. So here we can run some commands to create the table. So this is the create table. So it has already created with the name sensor data. Next, I'm going to convert this into hypertable. So this create hypertable call is one line that turns normal Postgre table into hypertable. So TimescaleDB automatically chunks it by time behind the scenes. So queries on recent data stay fast even as the table grows into millions of rows, whether it is cloud or self-hosted. So that's why we are using TimescaleDB here. So now simply send the data and we should not see the error. There was some issue in the host name, so that's why this error is coming. So we can just correct this. So clear this chat. So in the logs we can see now the data should be queued once. We'll just understand whether the data has gone through. So we can type here the select star and we can see the message has come. So which means it is working. So what I can do, I can just make it as time interval repeated. So in the repeat of interval and keep it every 3 seconds. So click on done and deploy. So we can just observe here. So now we can see 12:17 p.m. and again we can see the values are continuously coming. And now we can directly go here in the pgAdmin and see those values are being reflected in the TimescaleDB as well. And the reference for this tutorial was taken from the documentation of Tiger data, and you can find some more details here like how to do the batched insert as well. Because I've just shown you single row insert, there is another way that we can use to batch multiple values like flushing every 2 seconds so that we can balance the throughput with latency. So you can try this as well. And that's all for today's video. If you found this video informative, please type helpful and smash that like button. If you wanted to learn IoT from scratch, then you can check out my course on Udemy from the link in the end screen and description. Your support means a lot to us and helps us keep creating more content like this. So please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in another interesting video.